No, just kidding. Anyways, this is kind of a video update on what's going on in my life. Um, I really seem to have lost touch with something. Um, I will refer to it as spiritual energy from whatever God you may choose to believe in. Uh, the creator of us all at the center of it all. Um, Also known as Source. Source energy, the one thing that all of us need in order to live happy and productive lives. Uh, I was in the flow of energy, and I made some life choices. You're just gonna have to deal with me playing with my hair. Why did I lose the source? Because I tried to do things their way. Again, there is a way to live your life. Everyone has their own way, but I think we can all agree that their way isn't right for you. Whoever thee may be, you have a they. It's your choice who that is really. I had a they. Um, for me, society at large is I've never really fit in, and I don't think that's gonna start anytime soon. Um, it's to the use of multimedia and networking that I have met anyone that shares similar interests and ideas to me. So, thank everything for that. We'll thank Source for that. I said this would be an update on my life, but nobody cares what I'm doing. You have your own lives to live. I mean, some of you care what I'm doing, but you're mostly family or friends that have spoken to me in person at least once in my life. Most of you. I may have a stalker. Spirituality is important to me. It truly is. You have your Christians out there who are Jesus this and Jesus that. Um, I am one of those guys that's spiritual this, spiritual that. Let's figure out how it works. Let's prove that it does work through science. I think of myself as a somewhat intelligent human being. Not saying I'm above the rest, but I'm not, below that line. But I'm certainly not going to be able to quote the mathematics of quantum physics to you. If I could, I would see how that connects to spirituality. Maybe I've said it before, 4 parts to the human experience. Physical, voila, here I am. I have 5 senses to go along with that. Sometimes sixth, but that's more of something else. Emotional, laugh, cry. It all pretty much boils down to love, fear. If I'm crying, it's because I'm afraid of something happened that made me cry. Of course, the ultimate goal there is to always love. Love you, love me. Everybody should love one another. That's what Jesus taught us. That's some of the good stuff from Jesus, not some of the weirder stuff, like the rest of the book. The next would be mental, mind. Our brain is an important, very important part of our physical makeup. Um, as far as we're concerned, everything takes place up here. When we think of ourselves, we think of ourselves here. Of course, the brain, just like the body, is a tool. And so are the emotions. Because at the core concept, at the end of the day, at the end of your life, when you finally truly wake up from this dream that we're all living in, The only thing that'll be left is your spirit. That bothers some people. They don't want to think, my spirit. That's all that's left. So what happens to my personality? You are not your personality. You think you are your personality, and according to Buddhists, I believe it is, that's ego. You are not your personality. You are the feeling you get when you look at your child. The love that flows through you, that is who you, that is spirit. The feeling you get when, that's the closest thing I can actually come up to it, is the child. When you look at your child, all you feel is love. All you should feel is love. Granted, sometimes children can, but you should feel love. Maybe the first moment you looked at your child, before they started crying and getting on your nerves and asking you for a new iPod. Well, iPad nowadays. Trying to formulate thoughts. Anyways, what brought me to this, and I will jump around because I didn't write a script for this, guys. Sorry. This is me talking off the top of my head. I recently left a relationship. Yesterday, or last night, technically, in which the woman that I was dealing with, she didn't want to be connected. Maybe that's not exactly true. I can't speak for what she wanted, but she wasn't actively seeking, as I am, to connect to the greater source, to stay in the flow of love energy. This, of course, created problems, to say the least. In fact, it created not only problems in the relationship, it created problems and conflicts within myself. The four parts of my human experience were not in any way, shape, or form in unity. They were not in harmony, and they were conflicting with one another. I've watched the process from, I want to say, kind of outside myself. Anyone who's looked into Buddhists, is it Buddhists? Pretty much the separation of ego and I. Anyone that's looked into that, they kind of know what I mean. I watched from outside of myself what was happening through the entire 3.5 months, give or take, of this new relationship. The physical aspects of it, I don't want to go into it because it's not your business. The spiritual aspects is what I want to talk about, and what I noticed within myself, with hopefully not bad-mouthing her too much. It's, fresh breakup. I might, and I apologize. That's not what I'm going for. I watched me fall into her control dramas. She was, for all intents and purposes, it's not the interrogator, the aggressor. Let's just use the word aggressor. I had another word for it that I read earlier. Slipped my mind. Oh well. She was the aggressor type. When things were not going her way, anger. Her immediate response was anger. Normally, the way you deal with such a type is to point out that they're angry and ask them why. I did this on several occasions. That went badly. Apparently, she did not understand herself while she was angry, That may have been the case, I do not know, but she was. I point this out. She turns around and gets even angrier. I assume this is how she learned to deal with life. We've all had our life experiences. Anger stems from fear. Fear of not getting what you want. When I got in these fights with her, I felt emotionally drained because her anger sparked my anger. And a part of myself was in the back of my mind telling me exactly what I was doing and what she was doing. Unfortunately, it did not offer a solution as to how to stop this from happening. Because at the end of the day, there wasn't one. I was hoping that my influence could make her see my way of doing things. And that is my fault. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be who you are no matter what. And I'm going to be who I am no matter what. I've decided to just let her be her. She doesn't have to be her around me. Because she doesn't have to see me, and I don't have to see her. It was time to step away. Other than, well, I guess even that was a synchronistic backlash, because for the past 6 years, I think, for the most part, I've been living in that synchronistic viewpoint. Now, I did get stuck in a rut on more than one occasion. It happens to us all. We quit trying to move forward and just, oh, I'm very comfortable here. I think I'll stay where I'm at, yeah. Until something, in my case, usually a breakup or the loss of a job, kicks us back out there into the world to do what we're supposed to be here doing. I'm not going to claim that I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I have a few plans. I have a few things I want to be doing. I want to be the artist that I know I can be. And I want to share my own human experiences with all my brothers and sisters so that hopefully kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It's always been a powerful one for me because this world can be our heaven. This world can be a place of harmony and peace. Through shared experience, realizing that all of us, every single last one of us, are one, that we are together. I do not have to fight with you in order to get energy. I do not have to fight with you in order to get money. I don't have to compete with you to get money. There is enough resources to sustain our physical bodies, to give our minds knowledge. There is enough resources on this planet alone for all of us to have everything we need to pursue what we must pursue in order to make the world harmonious. Off and on throughout my life, I've felt this. Starting from childhood, I rebelled against what I saw as wrong with the world. Of course, when I was younger, I didn't know how to formulate these things into words. And sometimes I still don't. That's why you hear my verbal fry of all the time. I guess in the teenage years is when I well, both actually, to understand what I saw as wrong. Money was one thing I saw as wrong. Why did my parents have to work so hard to take care of us? Two-parent household, two incomes, both at work all the time. What was I lacking? Energy. The love energy that has to come to a child in order for it to prosper and grow properly. Not because my parents didn't love me. My parents loved me very much. However, they did not have the time to let me know this, to sit with me and let me feel that energy. They didn't have the training to do that either. Nor, perhaps, did they want to. I don't know. The world was a different place when I was growing up. Yes, the changes were starting, but it wasn't there yet. It hadn't blossomed like it is in 2015. It was slowly beginning. And even now, we're only in the beginning stages of what is to come, of what could come, if we choose it to come. And we may never. You may never see a world that lives in harmony and peace, where war over territory and oil is no more, where wars are not started over money. We may never see it. I may be long gone before it happens. I'm 31. It takes decades, sometimes centuries, for one thought, to change the world. In my teenage years, I rebelled against everything because I knew something was wrong, but I didn't always know exactly what was wrong. Money, the issue of money was always, why do we need it? Why? Why money? Is there not a better way? And sometimes I still try to think of a better way. Unfortunately, there's not. The system is in place. In order for the money system to disappear, it has to change into something else because it is there for a reason. The reason is not so greedy people can hoard it because they're afraid that they won't have enough when they already have more than enough. Money is actually not something we always had. We have always traded our goods and services for other goods and services. I mean, the oldest profession in the world was probably some hungry woman and some horny guy that had bread. That may be the very oldest of all transactions. Now, in this day and age, we still do pretty much the same thing. With guys, it's usually, I want to put my dick in her. Wonder what I could give her to get that done. And that's not all people. It's maybe not even all the majority of people. But it is something guys in general think of at least once in their life. Maybe not always with a girl. Sometimes maybe it's with, I like the way he looks. Let's get him a drink. But you get the point. Or you don't get the point. It doesn't matter. I'm the one talking. Get my points or don't. This is why you should write a script before talking, isn't it? That's empty. Hopefully you didn't see what I was drinking. I'm not trying to promote anyone other than love and the energy. Mostly I think I'm making this video for myself. Maybe as a reminder that I'm not Jesus. I really am not Jesus. I can try to emulate the way he treated people to the best of my ability. That's not gonna make me him. I could try to emulate Gandhi and shave my head and become a monk, but I'm still not going to be able to come from that place as he does, because he's him and I am me, even if we are one. All of us can tap into the source energy, but each of us has to figure out how to do it, not only in our own way, but at a loss for words. If you were taking the time, the 21 seconds, almost 22, 21 minutes, almost 22 minutes at that point, to watch me and look at me talk and play with my hair and try to formulate what it is I'm trying to tell you, or maybe even just to tell myself later, I thank you. Whatever reason that you felt inclined to look upon me, I hope you find what you were looking for in life. I hope that you connect to the synchronicities that will lead you to where not only you want to be, but where you need to be to do the things you need to do. I really do. This world does not have to be a constant fight. This world does not have to be a constant conflict with each other. Whoever you are, and whatever your problems are, they can be solved by looking at whoever you believe your enemy is and realizing every harm that I give to them is just one more way of hurting myself. Because we are one. All of us. How do you end these videos? Does anyone know? As if you could answer me. I've seen videos like this ended with Namaste. That's not really my style. How about this? Love. Oh wait, no, that's peace. Let's try this one. Love, peace, and people. How do I turn it off? Where's the off button? Is it recording? I don't know. I'm actually looking at the off button. I swear I know what I'm doing. Not really. A little bit.